What's up, Ninja Nation? It's your boy Jesse James. Welcome back to another reading of Manbeardia, Vikings Before Time. We are on the last chapter of the journey. Chapter 8, Isle of the Thousand Ninja. Alright, let's get into it. Page 109. A chuckle. You do realize Ninja would see that coming 5,000 miles away. They literally are the greatest guerrilla warfare fighters of all history. Not to mention they have the Grand Master of Masters, Masaki Hatsume. Dude literally invented the Koguryu province of Japan. Satan was struck suddenly with a sense of falsity. This person wore the face of Raiden Lee, but his word usage and the sudden pride and his incredible surge of youthful energy made him peek his head sideways. He shook his head. Nah, that can't be possible. This Viking tribe is not that talented. He's met shapeshifters before, and they hold a unique scent. Satan did not smell that on him. No, it's his soulmate. He's still wary from the night's events and the ambush. Yeah, that's it. The imposter feeling grew stronger the more he looked at Raiden Lee. He put those feelings to bed. Look, Self, I'll be more alert and what on his character. This Raiden Lee is the same old fart we possessed from before. But I'll tell you what, if you clear ahead and the imposter vibe comes back and it's true, I'll kill him and take the God Veil. His demon blood and dark angel side was pleased with this answer. The feeling left and he breathed. All is good. Are you okay, Lucy? Are you okay there, Lucy? Peachy, just thought a terrible idea. Probably ears still ringing from the 10-bang grenade. Raiden Lee gave a nervous smile. Yeah, keep your terrible ideas to yourself. It's survival time, not let's get dangerous time. Meanwhile, Voldrick the Destroyer stretched his massive hind legs as the dragon snapped at the water for something to eat. Hey, Mr. Voldrick. The dragon raised its head with a wriggling sharknado in its mouth. Half dino whale, part seahorse, half shark, flailed trying to hurt or bite the assailant. He placed the large fish on the sand under his paw, ripped the head off and spit it back into the sea, turning the sea purple-reddish color. The whole sharknado body was thrown in the air, blasted with a greenish hellfire, then disappeared in Voldrick's muzzle. It licked its forked tongue, savoring the meal. Yes, my young one. Raiden Lee pondered what to say as he looked over the sea. Fins of all different kinds of Broforce marine life flocked to the fresh blood. Even the water elemental Gordon Ramsay appeared, bullying his way to the center. This Sharknado Linguini will be absolutely divine. Step aside, step aside. He waved his hand and brushed 90% of the fish away with a riptide ocean wave. I got a funny feeling if Satan finds a way to get off Manbeardia without Apollo, do you think he'll take it and leave me here? The dragon god said without hesitation. Without hesitation. Yes, 1,000%. He only thinks of himself, and though I can appreciate the evil in him, the pure, untapped hate he has for humanity, he is and always will be a grunt trying his hardest to be a ruling king. I'm evil, but damn, I'm also a god. You don't get to live as long as I have if you don't take care of your loyal followers. It's a balance of chaos and tastefully evil. The gods who ascended me would rip my powers and god title away if I dared acted like that peasant Satan. Voldrick picked his teeth of fish flesh with a blood-stained claw. I mean, look, the kid's got spunk, I'll give him that, but come on, even us evils are bad to the bone, but everybody knows Bad Guy 101 is you're only as good as your minions. I mean, look at his people and how he treats them. He has one little temper tantrum, and the guy is torturing his minions for all eternity. That's just bad rep. Next thing you know, they start posting on Monster, getting reported for workplace harassment on Better Business Bureau for villains. The BBBV are savage with their investigations. Page 110. When them cats get involved, then issues like, are your minions being treated and housed properly? Are they getting fed? Then they force you to implement workers' comp. The minions will start striking from work and demanding wages. Your boss rating goes down, and they go to the good guy's side as a hero sidekick. A lot of bad lawyers and stuck-up heroes are inserted into the problem. Minions' parents are calling the villain ethnic hotline. It's a whole mess. Very hard to recover from. Then the next thing you know, you're getting kicked out of the League of World Domination. Your accounts are frozen and blacklisted, left to find a way to live. Then worst of all, if the BBBV get involved a second time, it's an automatic F- on your league page as a full-time villain. With large, big, bold letters, not recommended at the top. Sounds like you're speaking of experience. Radiantly said, dark times. Probably my darkest hour. Even the heroes stuck their nose up at me. You're not evil enough to be worth my time. Go get your master. I was the top henchman to the dark wizard Gridsby. I wanted to be the boss, but apparently you're not supposed. Apparently you're supposed to move up the ranks properly. How was I supposed to know eating your master was forbidden? Radiantly gently placed his hand on the sobbing dragon. I'm sorry you had to go through that, but you're a dragon god now. No longer a henchman. Thank you. That means a lot coming from you. Voldrick grabbed a pterodactyl and blew his nose and threw the flying dinosaur away. He pulled himself together. Whew. Sorry. Flashback. Thank you for your not judging me. You're welcome. But I didn't even know there was a league of bad guys. Oh, yes. We meet every Wednesday and Mondays. Why those days, you may be asking? 'Cause it was Mini-Me that made all of society hate Mondays. Why? Okay. And be dragging by Wednesday. Oh, his little evil plan was so beautifully crafted, I think I might cry. He got the government too. The dragon smiled and giggled evilly. Work a 9 to 5 job they don't like in order to get a IOU. No, you can't have your paycheck on Wednesday. They used to have those 2 days off as well as Saturday and Sunday. But now, due to Mini-Me's plan, they have to work 2 weeks to get paid. They practically live for the weekend. Mindless zombies. Work, slave, work! No, you can't have your paycheck on Wednesday. Back to work, peasant. The dragon was laughing so hard it fell on its belly laughing. Raiden Lee was subjected to this corrupt system where the poor get poorer and the rich get richer. For many a year, and always wondered who invented that stupid system. He had been, unfortunately enough, been forced to be a part of. He did not share the same enthusiasm as his god dragon counterpart. Meanwhile, back at the cave, the cooking setup was cleaned up and the fire stomped out. You ready? Yeah. Thanks for cutting me from my bondage and the meal. Sure thing. They were wandering through the forest when a twig snapped. They stood very still, and Raiden Lee produced several ninja stars. They locked eyes with a saber-toothed tiger. It slowly creeped out of the grassed area. It provided a light growl. As it crept even closer, they realized the size of the thing. Oh shit, that thing is huge. What do we do? Satan asked. We ease our emotions. It can smell fear. Raiden Lee slowly reached into his pocket and produced another star. As soon as the tiger noticed a weapon in Raiden Lee's hand, it pounced, tackling him and trying to rip his throat out. The struggle flung both over a nearby cliffside, and Satan's mouth dropped. Well, shit, that complicates things. Page 111. Satan stood there, staring at the empty cliff. He scratched his head, then shrugged. Oh well. It was good knowing you, Ninja Master. It's going to be hard finding a replacement. Meh. I survived this long here. I should be alright, if I'm careful. He turned back to the forest and took 2 steps forward, then stopped as the ground started to rumble. A rampaging rhino snout running from a pack of saber fangs. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy there. I can protect you. Slow down. Hey, whoa, hey. There's a cliff right here. Oof. The rhino snout plowed into Lucifer and flicked its head. Satan slow motion fell off the cliff with a gaping hole in his chest. He watched as the rhino snout stepped into the thin air, and magically a bridge started to form under its feet. The tigers halted to a stop as the alpha leapt onto the quickly receding bridge behind the rhino. A "Wow, that's cool," emitted from Satan. Short moments after the rhino snout chase, Satan saw a cascading waterfall, a few smaller cliff sides. After an hour of falling, the wind elements of Manbeardia's Viking Valhalla universe decided to have a giggle snort. Satan hit the water with such great impact that he skipped across the lake of no shave 5 times and then sunk. A few moments of silence as he healed the wound in his chest at the bottom of Lake No Shave. Then exploded out of the water. Why? Why do you hate me, Manbeardia? He found a shoreline and lifted himself onto dry land. He felt the hot air of an animal over him. He slowly looked up. A 4,000-pound female silverback gorilla smiled. Hello, ma'am. Mind moving so I can get onto dry land? Moments later, no! No! I don't want to shake the jungle leaves with you. Oh, God, leave me alone. Satan was sprinting for his life. The horny gorilla was chasing him. Ah! Not paying attention to his running path, he ran into an open field to where a bunch of dinosaurs were grazing. He hard smacked into the side of an ankylosaurus. Sorry, apologies. The ankylo raised its head from grazing a mouthful of dandelions and grass. Irritated by his disruption to its meal, it swung around with its club tail and hit Satan. Satan went flying. 4 different ankylos' tails smacked Satan into a human pinball machine. The final ankylo smacked Satan into a sleeping stegosaurus. The ankylosauruses all cheered and yelled, "Tilt! Ding, 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 ding!" Just as Satan got up, he met eyes with the now awake stegosaurus. I swear, if you smack me, I'm going to go on a full demonic punching spree. The stegosaurus nodded in understanding. Satan nodded back in understanding. Thank you. Satan turned his back and took 5 steps. The stegosaurus smacked Satan with his spiked tail, and he sailed across the plain. The stegas snickered and giggled to itself. Satan face planted into the grass, gaining a mouthful of grass and dirt. He bumped into a feasting T-Rex. He got up and spat out the clump of grass. Son of a butt monkey on a Tuesday afternoon. Fine, no more Mr. Nice Guy. The ground trembled. I'll fight you. A deep male voice boomed over him. Blood dripped onto his shoulder. He turned around. A 12-foot T-Rex towered over him, death in his eyes. Lilith, is that you? Nope. The T-Rex smacked Satan against a small rock wall, and he bounced off the wall into the T-Rex's mouth. You ruined my lunch. Now you'll be my lunch, the T-Rex said in a booming voice. Oh, hell no, I will not be eaten again. He started punching the T-Rex tonsils. Eat this! He jumped onto the T-Rex's tonsils. Hellfire! Black smog and red fire flowed out of his mouth down the dino's throat. The dino spit him out. Satan huffed. Eat me, will you? Satan flew up and uppercutted the dino. Page 112. A few moments later, Satan was wearing head-to-toe plate armor. A few feet away, a green glint caught his eye. As he walked towards it, there lay the saber-tooth, bloodied and dead. A dead beard laid beside a ninja in full outfit. The green glint from the foot of the ninja. Huh. So you were an imposter. So my demon senses were right. Damn, you possess a guy, and just when you think you know a guy, does a switcheroo on you. Oh well. He can find his own way home. I'm out. Hello, gorgeous. He bent down and picked up the god veil. Suddenly, and weirdly enough, all the seals broke, and Satan was at full power. 3.5 years in this damn place. It's time to go home finally. A large power surge exploded through the air and across Manbeardia. Apollo raised his head from his island of music. Satan, where did you get a god veil? That's not good. Guards! Guards! Come quickly! Several music note-shaped guards rushed in. My lord, what is wrong? Our guest has broken his agreement with me. Mobilize the entire kingdom. I want every nation at the Isle of Brojitsu hunting Lucifer, the fallen angel of earthen realm. Let it be known, I decree, we are now at war. Sir. They pounded their chest with their right hand, and then they bowed and left the room. I need to find a place to work. He thought of the cave with the giant opening. Yes! Satan closed his eyes and summoned his pitchfork. Satan spoke in Abyssal, the language of the dead. The pitchfork glowed and then shot out a beam of red light upward. The whole area surrounding the cave engulfed in a red force field of dark magic. The pitchfork halted the beam after a few minutes. Now, I just have to figure out how to get to the cave without dying. Doo-deep! All personnel to battle stations. By decree of Apollo, we are now at war. The enemy is Lucifer, fallen angel of earthen realm. Doo-deep! All personnel to battle stations. Converge on the Isle of 1,000 Ninja. Repeat, we are at war. Doo-deep! Proceed with extreme prejudice. Doody. The message boomed over all of Manbeardia. Then suddenly, as if on cue, the entirety of Manbeardia went dead silent. Not even a bromeow chirped. And the wild beards even put their bone combs down. I better get going. That did not sound good. Whoosh! Just as Lucifer cleared the top of the hill, he just barely dodged a storm of ninja stars. Whoa! The stars blew up behind him. A polar bear was charging the left flank with the Don of Krav Maga on the top, wielding a mini railgun. Satan summoned his pitchfork and transformed it into a hell tower shield. I need to get out of the open. What's the quickest route to the cave? He whispered to the shield. Take the woods to the northsea. Satan looked around and to the far north saw the tree line. Hold this so I don't drop or lose it. It's our ticket home. The shield opened a portal into an infinity bag. He placed the god veil on the shelf, and the portal closed. Thank you. He baseball slid as a battle axe swung towards his neck. Find me a way to reverse engineer the time dagger for Earth destination instead of here. Page 113. Will ze be done? Give ze a little time ze to research information you has requested. We're going home tonight. He ran up to a grazing ankylosaurus and possessed its mind. It kneeled and he hopped on. Onward, young one. Run as fast as you can. Kill anything that gets in your path. Meanwhile, on the quiet beach of Krav Maga. What was that beam of light? That was Satan's ticket home. I need to get you out of here before he bloops out, the dragon said to Raiden Lee, because I have a feeling they will take their anger. If they can't take their anger out on him, they'll take it out on you. What of the magic blood oath that bonds me here to him? Raiden Lee asked, worried. This place's magic has dissolved that contract. You're a free mind. I can place my seal upon your soul, so it's harder for him to repossess your mind and infiltrate your soul next time your paths cross. Dragon magic is very powerful. Please and thank you. The dragon nodded. He began speaking Draconic with a slur of Elven. A black lightning cloud emerged above. A black tornado swirled down to the ground. The dragon absorbed Raiden Lee's being into itself. The tornado swirled a moment and dissipated. When the winds calmed down, Voldrick, the dragon god, and Raiden Lee, the ninja grandmaster, were gone. You're telling me that bastard and his pet dragon could have teleported off this damn rock anytime? Son of a butt monkey! Oh, when I find that twerp, it is so on. Arrows flew past his head. flying in from the right flank. Satan was Muay Thai kicked off the dino. He rolled out of the way as a in-flight battle axe came smashing down, just missing his head. The ground exploded into a small crater. The poor dino he was riding didn't stand a chance. Satan quickly got to his feet and began running. Is this your full might? Jeez, I'd say y'all were holding back during the competition. And all. Good Lord. As he reached the tree line, he does not reach that cave. I want his head on a platter. The Don nodded. I got him, sir. The Don stood up, throwing the gun to the ground. He rolled his polar bear for a moment while smacking back a ice-cold Coca-Cola. He threw the bottle in the recycling can. Perfect aim. He leapt into the sky. Just when Satan thought he was clear. Just when Satan thought he was in the clear. He started to see the mountain pass. A roll of thunder and lightning clapped across the sky. The Krav Maga king came down. Rah! He raised his war double axe over his head and slammed it over the ground next to Satan. The shockwave produced a vortex of wind waves that blew Satan's shield away, and it disappeared. Whole trees were uprooted. And flung away like some unwanted toys. Another swing, and Satan caught the blade with both hands. But the longer he held the blade between both hands, the longer he held the blade between both hands, he began to feel weaker, and the sheer might of the wind force was stronger than Mike Tyson, which made each blow feel like an F-20 tornado. Redirect. Gotta find the strength to redirect. Can't hold on much longer. He closed his eyes and centered all his black magic and demonic powers. The king pushed down harder. The tip of the blade entered into Satan's collarbone. Ah! A cry of pain. Satan put his palms on the king's chest and fired all his angel power, black magic, hell power into one cosmic palm energy blast. The wind's blast reversed and smacked the Don and the all-charging armies back. Satan got up before they could recover. He limp ran to the cave entrance. Just inside the walls of the force field, he slid down the wall and panted. Page 114. I'll never complain about Earth's problems again. He raised his head to catch his breath. And there was Apollo and all of the armies. Satan smiled and waved, a muffled but angry. Satan, you broke your creed, and you killed too many of my people. I can't just let you leave. Beom-wom-wom, beom-wom-wom, beom-wom-wom. He tapped the force field. Huh. Rather impressive magic barrier. I didn't think you had that kind of juice in you. Satan just smiled and gave a thumbs up. What do you plan to do? What do you plan on doing with that God veil, Lucy? Do you even know how to use it? About an hour of Apollo's taunting, Satan finally caught his breath. No, I don't, but I asked for help. He closed his eyes and summoned his pitchfork. Excuse me. He reached into the portal and grabbed the god veil off the shelf. He claimed one more item off the shelf as well. Have you found the way to re-engineer it? I have Z, but Jersey's not going to like it. I'm pretty sure I will. I have a murder mob outside on a planet that makes me weaker than a human peasant. What you got? Father Time comprised the stone into frozen amounts of time, broken up into 5 factions. Wait, who's Father Time? Lucifer, please stay with me. Your father's father. Daddy-O has a father? Interesting. Sorry, continue. Didn't know that. The demonic voice laughed. The 5Z factions are these seconds, minutes, hours, days, and years. Luckily for you, when this god veil was custom built for you, it was only designed up to hours. But be warned, time manipulation is a Class A felony against the Council of the Gods. And considering you have a member a few feet outside the magical barrier, I'd choose your steps carefully. Considering you're not a god, it's punishable by full annihilation and decimation. What else is new? I'm an agent of chaos. I'm already a dead man when I was cast out of heaven. If Yuzi does not care of the consequences, then if I may issue one more warning. Satan reached into the portal once more and pulled out a fruit-like orb. He bit into the death apple. It was a fruit grown on the 9th plane of hell from a tree that consumes souls of the damned to survive. He usually keeps a few handy in case he ever got juiced out like he was right now. Time manipulation is very dangerous, even to sub-races like yourself. If you are not careful, you will be erased and never have existed. Plus, this Godville is designed with you in mind. You only have 3 strikes to get it wrong. and then the Godvale will self-implode, killing all life on this planet. Yourself, Apollo, and then cause a complete planetary collapse and implode. Well, ripping a soul from the damned is delicate too, I could argue. What else? If you succeed in resetting its internal clock, you usually have to tap the head of the jewel 3 times and yell boom boom. But you have to stab yourself in order for it to work. Otherwise, it will teleport itself and you'll be stuck here. Okay, I think I got it. Let's piss some gods off. He cracked his fingers and he phased half into the fade, half into the real world. Bring up a spirit menu. He laid the God-veiled dirk on a flat stone. A green menu of stats popped up. The type of weapon, the class, and tier. How much it weighed, and the current time. Okay, let's separate the factions slowly, carefully. Okay, good. Let's add this second. Cersei, I recommend slowing down. Time is very temperamental. I torture condemned. I know about time. To this second, and that should make a minute. 115. Suddenly, electrocution flowed through him, locking his body up. Then it exploded, pimp smacking him out of the fade and flung him across the cave into a wall. I told you, sir, seconds are extremely sensitive. Yeah, I guess you did. Vision was blurry. 2 more attempts, then we all die. That's good to know. And before he could finish his sentence, he blacked out. The luscious, hairy end. Thank you guys for being with me for this Manbeardian journey, and I hope you enjoyed the reading of Manbeardia, Vikings Before Time. Shout out to all my people, my bros, whoever had to struggle with mental suppression and mental fatigue and mental depression. I wrote this book for y'all, and thank you for rocking with me. The 3rd book will be published, will be ready for market. All right, Ninja Nation.